Right, new week, new documenting the journey. Welcome back. On this channel, I document my journey, building my e-commerce brand, Exchange Life. We mainly sell custom merchandise. It's February 12th right now. In the last 30 days, we did 164k euros in sales. This is 20% down from what we were doing the previous period, so the 30 days before. So I kind of want to put some structure to these videos. So that's why I'm sitting down here now in a proper office environment at a work day here. So the first chapter of this video will be me ranting about the brand, giving you updates about what's going on, what's going wrong, what's going right. And in the second chapter, you will see vlog clips or personal development thoughts and clips. So I basically kind of want to document these things on my channel, which is like the brand. But with the brand growth comes a lot of personal development growth as well. So I want to start splitting them up in two. I've had this conversation before about optimizing the videos, but I've realized that I do like improving and making things better. So I also want to make these better. So yeah, I'm gonna do it like this for every video now. Sit down part about the brand, and then lifestyle clips and personal development clips in real life after, like vlog kind of thing. And then maybe one week I'll have more of the one, and then the other week I might have more of the other. It depends on the week, of course. So long time no updates. So a lot has been going on. I visited China. I went to Tokyo, like you saw in the previous vlog, and now I landed here in Cape Town. If I move this camera here, you can see the little view here of Cape Town. So this is the view of my co-working. It's really cool. As you can see, really pretty. Behind me here is the co-working. You can see some desks there. It's like a little secluded spot here, so I can record my video quickly. Hopefully you hear me well in the microphone. Let me put this back so it won't fall. That will be, I think it's standing now. So yeah, I'm in Cape Town now. I needed to settle a bit, to be honest. I was kind of meeting people, finding my routine, finding where I want to work, where I want to eat, you know. I also was in China. I'll add a little clip in here after this, because I told you guys before that I set up my own supply chain, but I never really showed any of this. So I went and visited part of my supply chain. Really interesting, good developments, things that you don't talk about on the phone or on messages, things that you can only see when you go there. So that's great, good improvements. Let me add a little clip. All the packages, this is where they're shipped from. A quick tour of the production. I told you guys to set up a production before, so now you can see. So that was a very productive trip. It was pretty, for me, interesting as an experience. I wasn't completely comfortable there, but it was really safe. But for me, when something is foreign or when I don't really know what's going on in a country or in a place, then I can get kind of sketched out with. I mean, you can imagine over there is kind of the case. So it was an interesting experience, but 4 days was also enough. I didn't have to be there any longer or any of that. So yeah, now I'm in South Africa. Like I said in the previous video, I was thinking of either going to Bangkok or to South Africa, and I ended up choosing South Africa because 2 of my friends were here already, and I knew that there's many people here as well. So, and Bangkok is kind of a crazy city vibe, and as you just saw, South Africa is a beach town vibe. I kind of compare it with like a Spanish town on steroids. So yeah, that was kind of more my vibe, and I also knew that there were some really cool people here. So I've been meeting them in the past couple of weeks, which has been really cool. Some big brand owners, some bigger agency owners. I noticed that over here, people are a bit more further with their business, because I think Cape Town is less accessible than, for example, Bali. You really go to Bali if you start out in your journey, but a place like this is not really the first choice. So this has been really interesting with meeting people, and yeah, just I think it has been great. And one of the goals for this year is to really find my, little group of people. And I've noticed this can be little different groups. So I can have some guys I can go to Bali with, some guys I can go to Cape Town with, and but just have these guys around the world that I can always link up with and go to cool places with that are doing similar things. Like there are some big brand owners here, like 7-8 figure brand owners, multiple 8-figure brand owners, and it's just really interesting to talk with them, to exchange ideas, to exchange what you know, and different industries have different insights, but you might be able to use them for yours. And yeah, just really interesting and good conversations, good people. It's so good to be around people again. Like I was really in need to be around some people like this again. 3 months of isolation for me was too much. Again, I needed to do it to go all in on a brand and to make it work, but I will try to avoid this from now on. If I want to say 3 months at home, I'll do 1 month, 1 month, 1 month instead of 3 in full. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. Back at documenting the journey. We'll catch up right now. I got my laptop here, got my notes with what's going on for the brand. We'll just catch up with all of the shit that's going on. So the 2 weeks that I skipped, you can see now. We introduced sterling silver pieces. So I had a call with Matt from Space Goods. Again, I've noticed, or I've mentioned it many times, he's like a big inspiration for me and for the brand. We had a call, and I just asked him some questions and shared some ideas. And one of the things I asked him was if you would have done something different with your brand, because he had a jewelry brand as well previously. What would it have been? Can I do this already right now, Try to get some insights of him. And he said I would have introduced sterling silver pieces earlier. Sterling silver, obviously really good for the AOV. It will increase a lot because it's actual silver, and clients will also buy that maybe otherwise wouldn't have bought because they only want silver pieces. So introduce this one. Already seen a small lift in AOV. It's only been like a week or so too early to draw conclusions. But that's a cool update. I've new product content on the website, so you can see some professional photo shoot content now, some videos added as well. I was looking at competitors and really saw that there is a lot of studio content, like kind of high-end vibes, and I really missed this. Like mine was most UGC. So it's a mix of this now. So yeah, let's see what that does for the conversion rate. It's hard to test if you don't split test this. So I mean, until now, I don't really split test a lot. I just kind of go on my intuition. So let's see how it does. It looks good at least. I mean, you can go and take a look. Let me know what you think. I'm trying to figure out what ROAS to aim for. So, you can calculate this, right? What is the optimum ROAS for your net profit, for example? But this, you assume here that net profit is your main goal with your business. And I don't know if it is. I don't know what is, if I'm honest with you. And I've met someone new here, the founder of Custom Cuff. He does a new brand now. He exited it. Really cool guy. And we talked about this, and he also was like, yeah, you need to, figure this out for yourself. What is the goal with the business? Do you want to exit it at some point? Do you want to build to exit, and why? And one of the things that he shared was that as soon as you're kind of done in your head with the business, like not enjoying working on it anymore, you need to start looking at ways if you can move on from it and move on to a bigger opportunity, which is an interesting thought. I don't know if that will be the case for me. I'm definitely not done with it yet. I think there's a lot of levers that I can pull that are left for me to improve the business, improve everything around the business. So I'm enjoying that right now. Like I said, I don't think I really mind the actual vehicle that I am in. So whether it's like right now custom merchandise, or whether it is something else like maybe clothing. Like I have this idea in my head for like a black essentials brand because I only wear black, I only wear the same shit. I think at the end of the day, what are you really doing? You're behind your laptop optimizing and improving things. I don't think the vehicle is that important. I think I really enjoy the optimization and improvement of things. Improvement, getting better and better and better, and seeing the results of that. I think that is the thing that I get most fulfillment out of. So I do not think I will build this to sell, but we will see. We will see where it goes. I mean, I'm young. will probably change my mind plenty of times. So yeah, that's one thing as well. I spent one day last week completely figuring out how I can prevent reshipments of orders that maybe didn't turn out right or they weren't as expected. So with custom products, you will get a lot more feedback and reorders because people didn't expect it to be one way or the other way, or they, for example, on my hoodies or on my necklaces, they wanted their map to be on the other side of the necklace, and I really tried to deep dive into how can I prevent this, because a reorder is thrown away money. It's gone. If I wouldn't have made that money, I wouldn't have had that cost. So I set up a bunch of different systems and processes to prevent this, like double checking with the customer, making it more clear on the site itself, and other things, because yeah, that is really a waste of money. I was also not really tracking things in my customer service, like refunds, feedback, all of these things. So we're tracking everything right now, so I can really have a overview of what's going on and what to improve on. So hopefully those systems and processes that I set up will prevent many of the reorders. Let's see. A big lever that I am working on is the creatives for the brand. So I'm currently doing all of the creatives in-house myself, but it is not data driven enough. I look at data, I look at what's going on, but not enough. So currently my total costs to create my creatives, and I think we output maybe like 15 a week, is about 2,000 euros a month. And this depends, of course, on how many creatives we create. The main costs here are the creators that create the raw content, and then I have an editor, and then also my time and mental effort. Because I notice it's something that I procrastinate on because I don't fully understand what's going on. I do, roughly and broadly, but not in the nitty-gritty details. So yeah, I'm thinking of testing out some agency for this. I'm not sure which one yet. I've had a call with 3, so maybe we'll go with one of those. I'll get back into it as well in one of the other points, but yeah, I don't think I will start with a separate creative agency right now, because then my cost will go up to about 4,000 euros per month. And this is excluding the raw content of the creator. So it's about a 2.5 increase in cost, which is a big cost. But again, if it really outperforms my current creatives, then it's worth it. Because that is an easy ROI, right? So I will let you know what I decide on that. I think it is a big lever to pull, though, to really optimize creatives for scale, data-driven, because you cannot scale consistently without consistent creatives that win. So that is an interesting one. I wonder if you guys have a brand, how you deal with this one. Then I'm also trying to figure out what the best scaling setup is for Facebook. You know, I've been meeting many brand owners here, a lot of Germans as well. Actually, a lot of print-on-demand brand owners as well, which is funny because I never really met them before. And one brand that I think does 8 figures a year, or like multiple 7, and they have a really strange Facebook setup. They do not use Advantage Plus, they just use manual ABOs, and they scale very heavily day to day. So they fucking pump the budget by 3, 4, 5x, like in the day, and then at night they reset it again. And then depending on how the day goes, they fucking bump it again. Which to me is like the opposite of what I've learned, which is you're fucking killing the Facebook learning phase. You just reset it over and over and over again. But for them it works, and it works on scale. Which means that a Facebook setup is like a diet. I thought it was a fun comparison. There is no one perfect diet. There is no one perfect system. Whatever works for you works. So I don't know if you read things on Twitter, but if you have something that works, then it doesn't matter how it works, you know? If it works, it works. I mean, these guys are fucking killing the learning phase again, like I said, and they are scaling. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what mine is, testing different sort of campaigns, testing all of the different structures, testing all of the different objectives and ways that Facebook can help with to see what works best for my brand. I just thought that was a good realization and something you might, not have realized before. The other levers that I can pull, I wrote down these notes. Again, I'll do this every video now, just the sit down part. The other levers that I can pull, I think, is Google Ads. So I got Google to work. It's quite profitable, but it doesn't spend anything. So it doesn't matter how profitable it is. If it doesn't spend, then, what are you going to do? So I hired a Google guy, like a freelancer, to see if he can help me unlock that lever. And yeah, like I said, the creative agency. So right now, actually 2 days ago, I started with a TikTok ads agency. They will use my existing content to see if we can scale on TikTok, because I have a lot of like native TikTok content. Like a lot of my content is like TikToks. The content I also use on Facebook, the creatives. So we're gonna see if we can make TikTok work with the creatives that we have currently. They also do creatives. So first what I want to do is see if what I'm doing now works, and then maybe expand to them into also a guiding or like a done with you role, them with me for my creatives. See if they can analyze the creatives, if they can just give me steps on do this isn't this, because this isn't this. This might be very interesting, and this might also be the best way to do it cost-wise, because then I will not hire a full separate creative agency, but the agency that's also helping me with media buying can then also help me with the creatives, if they are good, of course. I don't know yet. I need to look at their work. I need to look at what they can do, but they have experience before with jewelry brands, some really big and really cool jewelry brands. So I'm really excited to see what they can do on TikTok. They gave me a good offer. And with this shit, like, you just need to try it out. It's before I was like, agencies don't want to hire them because they just take your money, but these are like young guys agencies that don't really know what they're doing. For example, this TikTok agency is a professional agency. Like, they are good people. Like, they are fucking business guys. They're killers in what they do. These guys, you need to help them to try, because I can try TikTok ads myself right now, but I don't know what I'm doing. So if it doesn't work in this case, it isn't because TikTok ads can't work for my brand. It's because there's a knowledge gap and I don't know how to get it to work. So best to start with an agency, try out, and then optimize down when you know what's working, the costs. Maybe you can get a freelancer. But first you start with the highest possible professionals, for example, an agency that has a really proven track record. So let's see how the TikTok ads go. Really investing back into the brand for the first time now. Again, it is still Q1, so I really need to put in a lot of effort to make it work and to make it profitable. And I want to try to pull all the different levers that are out there to get it to work to the best of its capability. Because it is not like the Q4 where the buyer's intent is just so high that makes up for the other things that you're doing wrong. In Q1, Q2, the rest needs to be so good because the buyer's intent is so low. So I want to really utilize everything that I can. This is also why I hired an agency to redo my whole website. So right now my website is just freestyled by me, different apps, different customization things. Might be glitchy sometimes, So what I'm doing now is I hired an agency from London, this guy called Jordan Hill. Maybe you know him from Twitter. He's gonna redesign the whole site together with his team, based on evidence, data from the past, what's going wrong now with the current website, like with heat maps and different things and different data tracking tools. See like where customers drop off, what is going wrong, what can they not figure out. Take that all into consideration and make a website that really works very well, custom coded. That might be scary, but my website is custom products, so there's a lot of functionality, so we need to just hard code them so they really work. So hopefully this will boost the AOV because we can do proper upsells and cross-sells that work properly with custom products, and also the conversion rate because the whole custom dynamic, the custom functionalities work. So again, really trying to invest back into the brand, trying to pull all the levers that I can to make this thing also really work in Q1, Q2. I will let you guys know how that goes. Then there is another lever that I can pull, which is emails. I recently started sending out campaigns, seeing some improvement already. I had a talk here with a guy that had a big email agency. They did about 3 million a year, and they said, or he said to me, that it's hard with my product because I'm selling a jewelry and I'm not dropping new products a lot. I'm basically selling the same products next to jewelry, also other merchandise. But it isn't like a fashion brand where you have new drops every month, which you can really push on email to your existing customers. In this case, you can have an email percentage revenue up to like 40, 60%. In my case, if I get up to 20, I'm doing a really good job already because I'm not dropping new products a lot. So yeah, I tried out a freelancer. It didn't really fit. It wasn't really working. So I'm doing them myself now every 3 days. It takes a couple of hours, but I think it's worth it. If I find someone that can do it well, then yeah, let's see. But I don't think the costs will offset now the hour that I work on it. I'm doing like a weekly brand update, kind of like my documenting the journey, but then for the brand, doing like customer stories about why they buy the custom products, because I'm really expanding the addressable market. So not only for exchange students anymore, but for people with 2 homes. So maybe do a customer story about them being an immigrant and moving to the Netherlands, and then buying a piece for the memories and what those memories are. So customer stories, and then there's a few other segments that I'm doing. Let's see how that goes, but email was something that I wasn't really doing well before. My flows are, like I'm at like 16% with flows, so that is really good. Let's see what I can do with the last 4%, try to edit with campaigns, a few a week, maybe 2 to 3. And yeah, then these levers, I feel like, again, like I said before, start with an expensive agency, pull the lever, see if the lever can work. If they can make it work, they are professionals, then fine. Optimize your costs down from there. Try to take it in-house. Try to do whatever to optimize down. If they can't make it work, then at least you try to pull the lever, but then you know it doesn't work because they are professionals trying it. And even if an agency tries, don't put your belief on it that it will never work again. If you improve a lot of different things, then you can try it again in a year, for example. But then at this moment, you know that it doesn't work, so you should move on to the next level. I think this is a good insight. Maybe this is how I'm doing it now. So yeah, that's kind of about the levers that I'm pulling right now. That's really maybe interesting for you to hear how I look at the business and how I look at like a complicated business, but how I break it down quite simply for myself. Then another thought that I had is that the community is kind of falling behind. When I wasn't getting ads to work, so in the first years of my brand, in the first year of my journey, I told you guys a lot about how I'm building the community, and I built that up to about 130,000 followers now. But because it isn't a money generating or a money needle moving task, for example, I now tend to skip it a lot because it doesn't generate any revenue. But it can, but it just won't from the merchandise. It will in different ways. But I think right now for me the biggest opportunity is to work on the brand. So this is interesting because I think even the community might be a more longer term thing if I figure it out right how to monetize it with, for example, the platform that I built before when I couldn't get my brand to work earlier last year. But then when your mind goes on to something else, like the brand now, that bar just falls off again because you don't put effort into it. And this is kind of a waste because we're like in a really unique position, the biggest pages for exchange students, and we could really monetize it. So what I'm thinking, I've never really been a business partner kind of guy. Like I don't really work with business. I've never had a business partner. I've always just figured shit out myself. That's maybe why it took so long. I don't know, right or wrong. But I'm thinking to partner up with someone for the community, like maybe an ex-exchange student that puts all of their effort into it, in the community and monetizing that. So everything other than the brand. So the community pages, social media pages, the platform, everything that is still focused on just exchange students since the brand is going wider now. So maybe find like a really hungry ex-exchange student that wants to work on this. If you are that, send me a message. There are some big opportunities that I have my mind on and that I know how to, act on. But again, I think my bigger opportunity right now is the brand. So I'm going, all in on that. So, yeah, at 25 minutes of brand updates. Why am I doing it? This is again something, my last point that I wrote down, or again something that I talked about already this video. I love progress. I just want to get better every day. And now I don't have as much stress anymore because I have my basic needs covered and I'm enjoying it even more. I can do whatever I want with whoever I want, whenever I want, and wherever I want. That was the dream, and I'm doing that right now. This is like the closing thought of this video, or this part of the documenting of the journey video. If you look at my Twitter, for example, or if you look at my previous videos, this is what I've always wanted to do and why I'm doing it. And I've realized that, for example, when I work with an agency or I meet people, they're like, what is your goal? Where do you want to get this thing to? There is no goal. I just want to progress and work on it. The goal is to do the day-to-day thing of the thing, which is building the thing. Building Exchange Life and improving, seeing progress, pulling these levers, figuring out what works, failing, getting back to it. I've been doing this thing, this brand, for 3.5 years. If you go to my LinkedIn, for example, or wherever, you know, my brand is 4 years and like 4 months old now. The first 3.5 years I made no money. Like, fuck that. I just love to progress, which is also like conflicting with the videos because I don't really want more eyeballs on what I'm doing. But then I do, for example, want to throw in a hook, like the hook of, we mainly, you know, on this channel I document my journey, building my brand Exchange Life. We mainly sell custom merchandise. It's February 12th, 2024. And in the last 7 days, we did 164k euros in sales. You know, I want to throw in a hook because I know it, like I seen it, and I cannot unsee it, which is like a conflicting thought because I don't really want more eyeballs on me, but I do want to improve when I see something to improve. Like, for example, the thing that I saw is that many of my videos are still very unclear to people. There is no line in it. People don't really know what I'm building. They don't really know what I'm talking about. So I need to clear it up from the start of the video, which is why I should throw in a hook like that. I'm doing this, and after that, I'm telling you everything that I'm doing to have this. And then also the second part is like personal development and lifestyle. If people don't care about the nerdy business shit, then they can go there. More structure and a story throughout the video. But doing this will get these videos to perform better, which I do not really want. So it's like conflicting with each other. I want to progress, but I don't really want to get 2 more views right now. Yeah. I don't know, bro. What do you think? If you made it so far, then that's sick. And after this, there will be even more lifestyle clips and shit. I've been getting like messages and stuff about people wanting to see the new video. Like, where is it? Like random people tagging me on Twitter. For me, if that's one person like that, that's already crazy. That's already crazy. Yeah. I hope this just adds to your journey. It's crazy that people watch and come along, and hopefully, yeah, again, this helps you out. And those were the updates about the brand. So if you want to hear about my personal development and my lifestyle next to the brand, because building a brand, doing entrepreneurship is a lot of personal development, killing your false beliefs, and then there's also a life outside of that, meeting people, going to cool places, working out, getting strong. So these things I document in this second part of my video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Welcome to this tour of Cape Town. We're out in the streets now. Apparently it's not safe, but we're dangerous guys. So. For me, I strive in an environment where there's other people. So yeah, it's been really great to be back in a place with other people. I know some people here from Bali. They introduced me to new people. They introduced me to new people. You know how it goes. It's like a domino effect. So just putting yourself out there. The videos help with it too, because yeah, I constantly put myself out there and share what's going on and stuff like this. So it has been pretty cool to be here, to be back in the world. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying my time now, getting some work done. Now I am. I wasn't for the first couple of days trying to get into routine, but now I am. It's a balance, right? Like, how much work can you get done doing this traveling thing? But I think you can, if you find your routine. and you're not constantly going out and doing fun shit. Gym out here. It's really nice. Look at the view. We got some pedal courts there. And then there's the inside part. It's a really nice gym. I really like the gyms and everything out here for sports. All the facilities, that's how you call it. All those facilities here are really nice. You have multiple of these, for example. This is Green Active. It's a good one if you come to Cape Town. There are some other ones as well, but I really like this one. It has an outside area. I can do some like gym shit here, like gymnastic stuff. And then it also has a good inside area. So yeah, the gym is really nice here. Been going consistent again. I was kind of skipping out a little bit in Japan here and there. I was going 3 to 4 times mostly, but it was not as accessible there. I had to go on a train for like 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Yeah, I just jump in an Uber. It's very cheap, and Uber is like $1 or $2, and I'm at the gym in like 5 minutes, so it's way more accessible, way more easier to go. So ending the day with the gym. It is Wednesday now, 4 p.m. So yeah, had a good day. Did some work with some guys in the house, so yeah, that's really nice. Good morning! In this beautiful day in Cape Town. This is my little place. It's nice, but there's no fucking air conditioning here. So I've been sleeping with this thing for the past few days. Next time, I'm definitely not gonna save a few €100 anymore on an apartment just to I mean, I didn't even look at it, to be honest, so I wasn't trying to save, but I need to get it out of my head to like save on everything. And you know, sometimes it's nice to just get a nice place, but then for me it's the like rent. It's like a waste, but you need to get over those things, because now I sleep worse. A few €100 extra for an air conditioning in a nice apartment would definitely be nicer. Anyway, the apartment itself is fine. If you look here, there's a little place where I can eat, a little fridge, and then we have the apartment. It's like a studio, you know, and there is the bathroom. So the apartment is nice. Just I could use an air conditioning, but yeah, basically that's it. Where I'm staying, it's about like 15 to 2,000 euros a month here to rent. A little bit more expensive, but everything else is cheaper. So that kind of makes up for it. I think everywhere you are in the world, you kind of pay the same in the end. Maybe a few €100 more or less in whatever place you are. But yeah, no, it's definitely a good place, worth it as well. So I get to the co-working in the morning at around 8. It's very nice, you know. Full of spaces. Get myself some coffee right here. Start some work. There's other guys here as well. It's cool because there's also other guys with print on demand brands, and my brand is print on demand, right? Because everything is customized. And I've met some other guys here with print on demand brands, which is pretty cool because you don't see it often that people have print on demand brands. So yeah, I think it's a good place to be, to work at, to share some ideas, even having some conversations here and there with similar guys that do similar things. You already get some more ideas. There's so much I'm doing for the brand that I'm implementing, that also new ideas that I came up here talking to people. They're on the beach. I hope you hear me well. But look at this. Isn't this nice? This is what I meant with like the Tokyo. There's guys in like Tokyo, for example, but there's not guys that, or there probably is, but I don't know where to find them. Here, there's people everywhere. and like half of these guys do cool shit. So it's just so cool to be out here again, like in the world. This is what I was looking for. 3 months alone at home is too long. We already concluded that, but look at this view. Look at this view. Different than in Tokyo City, huh? It's so cool, and here's the ocean. Yeah, I love it. Good to be out here again.